just like everything. The garden waits for spring.
Enjoy the specials. This rhododendron is a maximum ex roseum seedling. I actually got it along with a bunch of other small seedling trees and shrubs from Musser Forests. It's a great site, great catalog if you want to start small and experience the pleasure of growing on for yourself. Probably wasn't much bigger than my hand when I first got it. You can see these buds are ready to pop. We had a little overnight dusting of rain and snow. Try to slow this guy down a little bit just so you can see how fat this is. I always say it won't be long, but obviously with the weather we had last night, rain and thunderstorms we've had in the past few weeks, and the kind of yo-yo of warmth and just a little bit of cold we've had all winter, I can't honestly say the bottom won't fall out. We'll have a blizzard on Easter, but hoping not. Here's to an early spring. It's probably not the most attractive plant of the rhododendrons that can be grown in this area. In fact, this species cross isn't usually seen here. Occasionally you see it on the other side of the lake in Michigan, where it can grow tall and rather columnar because of one of the parents. It's a little gawky, but it blooms, and it lives over any winter we can throw at it. So it's a keeper. Maybe I can add a few more. This azalea is Rhododendron puccanense Karen, sometimes called Karens. I'm not even sure what is the correct spelling of the name. It goes by both in the industry, and as far as gardeners are concerned, it's the same plant. It's semi-evergreen. It's brilliant pinkish purple. Blooms ahead of the PJM rhododendron, which it superficially resembles, but they're actually in different genetic subgroups of the genus Rhododendron. But you can see against this light snow, which is melting and kind of beating into droplets on the foliage, it's just stunning. Not every year will it keep all this foliage. These were just planted in the fall. It's a small number 5 that I put in to give a little bit more backbone to this area of the garden. It's a companion for the rhododendron, the larger type growing to its side. But over time these plants will touch. They form mushroom cap shaped pillows of color in the spring. An extremely hardy rhododendron for the upper Midwest. These Stewart Sounion azaleas, all azaleas are technically rhododendrons, are at slightly different stages of maturity. They were planted a couple of years apart. These are the older ones. But you can see even in the wintertime they keep quite a bit of foliage. And it's hard to see exactly. They have almost kind of a ruby brown color. It's very pretty against the snow, although it's kind of a dark day. There is a little bit of action going on in the tips. They look like they want to do something, just not quite yet. And with this unsettled weather we've been having, I'm sure it benefits them to kind of hang tight and not move along until the weather is truly settled. Right here are some very large Exbury azaleas. Just look at the fresh green buds on this Mount St Helens deciduous azalea. Looks like it's just ready for spring. This is a sizable plant. Not all varieties are equally tall, but a lot of people don't realize that in our area, these plants can attain quite a size if they're sited properly and their basic needs are attended to. This one has a brilliant flamingo pink color with kind of an orange blaze. Can't miss it when it's in bloom, it's shocking. This variety, Gibraltar, is probably more common. It's the Exbury deciduous azalea that most people know best. But it's quite a bit shorter. Stays around 4 feet tall and it's about 5 to 6 feet wide now. But as you can see, it's equally eager to open its flower buds in the spring. Now this little one here used to be the big guy, Klondike. Gold and yellow with orange highlights. It was easily as tall as Mount St. Helens is now. But unfortunately, a few years back, we had periodical cicadas, a 17-year brood that hatched. And due to the ovipositional activity of the females, that is, they lay eggs using an ovipositor that rasps open the bark so that they can make channels to deposit the eggs. This plant was severely damaged, and for some reason, they picked this one over the rest. What's grown back has been a slow train coming. It's been several years. But as you can see, it's equally eager to open its buds here in the spring. It's almost the 1st of February. It won't be long. These plants usually bloom in May, but they start showing activity much earlier than that. Each year I do a little bit more cutting to get rid of the branches that have the worst ovipositional damage. It's probably hard to see here, but there's some furrows that have calloused over that actually show where the damage occurred on what's left. Most of it's already been cut off. Let's see if we can get a little bit better look.
Just like everything, the garden waits for spring. Just like everything, we don't look back, we don't know where we've been. Just then looking down, feet planted in the ground. Just then standing there, I found a secret I could never share. That day breaking free, I saw my future staring back at me.